Everything you've ever done, every choice, every habit, every instinct has a reason behind it. And most of those reasons, you've never been told. This isn't about random psychology trivia. This is about you, your actual brain, your actual patterns. And by the time we're done, you'll never look at your own behavior the same way. Fact 1. Why you procrastinate on things you care about. You don't procrastinate because you're lazy. You procrastinate because you care too much. When something matters to you, really matters, your brain perceives failure as catastrophic. And to avoid that catastrophic feeling, your brain delays the task entirely. In psychology, this is called self-handicapping. If you never fully try, you can never fully fail. So the project you keep putting off, it's not the one you don't care about. It's the one you care about so much that starting it feels terrifying. Fact 2. Why you check your phone first thing in the morning. The first thing most people do when they wake up is check their phone. Not because there's something urgent, but because your brain is seeking a dopamine hit to combat the cortisol spike that naturally occurs upon waking. Your body floods with cortisol in the first 30 minutes of consciousness, called the cortisol awakening response. Your brain, not wanting to feel that stress, reaches for the easiest dopamine source available, your phone. You're not addicted. Your brain is self-medicating against its own chemistry. Fact 3. Why you create problems when things are going well. Ever notice that when life is finally calm, your brain starts looking for something to worry about? Maybe you start a fight with your partner. Maybe you convince yourself something bad is about to happen. This is called negativity homeostasis. Your brain has a baseline level of problems it's used to operating with. When real problems disappear, your brain manufactures new ones to maintain that baseline. It's not self-sabotage. It's your brain maintaining the only emotional temperature it knows how to regulate. Fact 4. Why you can't stop thinking about someone who hurt you. The brain processes romantic rejection in the same neural pathways as physical pain, the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula. Brain scans of heartbroken people look nearly identical to brain scans of people in physical pain. But there's an additional mechanism, intermittent reinforcement. If the person who hurt you was sometimes loving and sometimes cruel, your brain received an unpredictable reward pattern, the same pattern that makes slot machines addictive. You're not obsessed because you're weak. You're obsessed because your brain was trained by the most addictive reward schedule known to psychology. Fact 5. Why you feel guilty for resting. If doing nothing makes you feel anxious or guilty, your brain has linked your worth to your productivity. This is what psychologists call productivity contingent self-worth. Your brain learned, usually from family, school, or culture, that rest equals laziness and laziness equals worthlessness. So when you finally sit down with nothing to do, your brain doesn't interpret it as relaxation, it interprets it as failing. Fact 6. Why you're more honest at night. As the day progresses, your prefrontal cortex, the brain's filter and self-control center, becomes fatigued. This is called ego depletion. By nighttime, your brain has fewer resources to maintain social masks, which makes you more emotionally raw, more honest, and more vulnerable. Those 2 a.m. conversations where you said things you'd never say in daylight, your brain's filter was literally too tired to stop you. Fact 7. Why you mirror people you like. When you're with someone you genuinely like, you unconsciously mimic their body language, speech patterns, and even breathing rhythm. This is called the chameleon effect, driven by mirror neurons. It's your brain's way of saying, I feel safe with you, I want to connect with you. And the person on the receiving end, they feel it, even if they can't name why they feel so comfortable around you. Fact 8. Why you remember embarrassing moments at 3 a.m. Your brain stores embarrassing memories with more emotional intensity than neutral ones. At night, when external stimulation drops, your default mode network activates, and it loves replaying your greatest hits of humiliation. But here's the thing, this isn't punishment. It's your brain trying to learn. It replays social failures because social survival is one of its highest priorities. It's asking, how do we avoid this next time? Your brain isn't torturing you, it's studying. Fact 9. Why you eat when you're not hungry. Emotional eating isn't about hunger, it's about affect regulation. Certain foods, especially high sugar, high fat combinations, trigger a dopamine serotonin response that temporarily soothes emotional distress. Your brain learned at some point that food equals comfort, and now it uses food the same way some people use alcohol or shopping as an emotional regulator. You're not lacking discipline, your brain found a coping mechanism that works fast, and it keeps going back to it. Fact 10. Why you're attracted to people who are bad for you. This is called repetition compulsion. Freud described it, modern neuroscience confirmed it. Your brain is wired to seek out emotional patterns that feel familiar, even if those patterns are painful. If your earliest attachment figure was unpredictable, critical, or emotionally unavailable, your brain created a template. This is what love feels like. So when you meet someone who triggers that same cocktail of anxiety and longing, your brain doesn't say danger, it says home. You're not choosing badly, you're choosing familiarly. And awareness of that distinction is the first step to breaking the pattern. Fact 12. Why you rehearse arguments in the shower. The shower creates a unique cognitive state. Warm water, white noise, reduced external stimulation that activates your default mode network. This is the brain's mind-wandering mode, and it's where your brain processes unresolved social conflicts. Those shower arguments aren't random. They're your brain trying to resolve social tension that your conscious mind hasn't dealt with yet. Fact 13. Why you feel empty after achieving goals. This is called arrival fallacy. You spend months or years chasing a goal, imagining how amazing you'll feel when you achieve it. You achieve it, and then nothing, or worse, emptiness. Your brain's dopamine system is designed to motivate pursuit, not reward arrival. The anticipation of the goal releases more dopamine than the achievement itself. Your brain is a hunting machine, not a celebration machine. Fact 14. Why you're kinder to strangers than family. You use your best manners with strangers and your worst with family. This isn't hypocrisy, it's psychological safety. Your brain knows that family bonds are, usually, unconditional, so it spends less energy maintaining social performance. With strangers, the relationship is fragile, so your brain works harder to be likable. You're not mean to your family, you're just so comfortable with them that your brain drops all its masks. Fact 15. Why you want what you can't have. This is called psychological reactance. When something becomes off-limits, your brain increases its perceived value. This is why forbidden relationships feel more intense, limited edition products sell out, and "don't touch that" makes every child immediately reach for it. Scarcity signals value to your brain. Availability signals replaceability. It's irrational, but it's hardwired. Fact 16. Why you feel like everyone else has it together. This is a combination of the spotlight effect, social comparison theory, and modern social media. You compare your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. You see their curated output and compare it to your uncensored internal experience. Of course you feel behind. But the truth is, everyone is improvising. Everyone feels like they're faking it. The only difference is that some people are better at hiding it. If you feel like everyone else has it figured out, that's not evidence that you're behind. That's evidence that you're a human. If this video made you stop and think, even for a second, then you're exactly the kind of person this channel is for. Because here, we don't just talk about psychology, we break down the hidden patterns behind human behavior so you can understand yourself and everyone around you on a deeper level. So, if you want more videos like this, hit subscribe. And join the few people who actually understand why the human mind works the way it does. Because once you understand your mind, you stop being controlled by it. I'll see you in the next one.